Process is when we create a program inside our computer system, and when we execute that particular program, then this program passes through different number of states inside our operating system. Okay. Actually, what are the process states? The process from which a program is created through its completion. Then it passes through various states. The states are new state, ready state, running state, termination state, block or wait state, and suspend state. This is the transition diagram of process states. First, we understand what is new state. When we create a program, or when we create a program, then it's come into a new state. Okay. And when we spoke a program or file whatsoever available inside a secondary memory, that means hard disk of a computer system, when we poke that particular program, then that file or that program will brings into a ready state. That means ready queue. In ready queue or ready state, there are so many files. That means inside a ready queue, there are so many files waits for the processor to be allocated. The processor for the process will allocate as per different algorithm available inside a operating system. As we know that FCFS, SJF, round robin, etc. Okay. When a process get a processor, that means a processor is allocated to a process, then this process brings into a running phase. Inside a running phase, the operating system produce all the resources whatsoever needed for the whatsoever need for the execution of that particular process. The process gets all the resources from the operating system, and the process complete his execution whatsoever time he need. When the process complete its execution, this process releases all the resources which is provided by the operating system. After releasing the resources, the process comes into termination state. That means the process terminates. Okay. Let us consider another scenario. When a process is in ready queue and the process get processor and come inside a running phase and demands for the some input output operation. That means that particular process will bring inside a wait state by the operating system. Here the process perform his input output operation whatsoever he want. From ready queue, another process also when get a processor, and this process come into running phase and also demands for the input-output operation, such as many more processes when get the processor and demand for the input-output operation. That means inside a wait state. This is also limited space. That means there is no space available for the new process. That means operating system or processor will block or suspend the processes from the wait state. That means whatever work you want to perform, then please go outside from the wait state, and when you complete your work, then you can come and you will put into ready state. Okay, this is the concept of suspend. Okay, inside a wait state, when process complete his input output operation, then the process will come into ready state and again wait for the processor as per what is strategy. That means what is algorithm used inside that particular scenario. Okay. One thing is more important inside this transition diagram, that is when a process is blocked or bring inside a wait state or suspend state, it directly it will not come directly inside a running phase. It first, that means that particular process, whatever process come inside a wait state, block state or suspend state, okay, that process again come inside a ready state and wait for their turn. When the as per scheduling criteria, scheduling process algorithm, whenever that particular process turn come, then that particular process get processor and start its execution. Okay, now let us consider different definitions of new state, ready state. Let us consider new states. As per theoretical approach, a program which is going to be picked up by the operating system into the main memory is called a new process. And I already discussed with you what is a new state. When we create a program and that particular program is turned into new state. Okay, now what is ready state? Whenever a process is created, it directly enters in the ready state. That means in another way we can say that when a process available inside a hard disk or secondary memory, when we poke that particular process, this process brings inside a ready state. Okay, now we can see the definition or discussion about what is running state. One of the process from the ready state will be selected by the operating system depending on the scheduling algorithm. Now we will discuss what is block or wait state. From the running state, a process can make the transition to the block or wait state depending on the scheduling algorithm or the inherent behavior of the process. Now we can also see the completion or termination state. When a process finishes its execution, whenever a process finishes its execution, that means the process release all the resources which is given by the operating system. That means that process releases all the resources and all the contacts of the process will also delete it from the process and will terminate by the operating system. Simple. Suspend or ready state. A process in the ready state which is moved to secondary memory from the main memory due to lack of resource is called a suspend ready. That means, as we discussed, whenever there are, as we know that there is a limited space available inside a wait state. Okay, and number of process required for the, comes inside a wait state. Then that means there is no space available inside a wait state. Then while the operating system suspend me, that means whatever process want to perform the operation, that means you will take more time than you can perform your work. After that you will come inside a ready state. Okay, now we discuss about suspend or wait. Instead of removing the process from the ready queue, it's better to remove or block process which is waiting for the some resource in the main memory. Since it is already waiting for some resource to get available, hence it is better if it waits in the secondary memory and make room for the higher priority process. Now also this is also important topic, process scheduler inside our operating system. That means let us discuss about scheduler. Process scheduling is the activity of process manager that handles the removal of the running process from the CPU and selection of another process on the basis of particular strategy. Okay, and also discuss types of process scheduler. That means long-term scheduler, or we can say that job scheduler, short-term scheduler, or CPU scheduler. And another one is medium-term scheduler. Okay, as we see that this is a transition diagram in which whenever a process available inside a new state and the process which is brings inside a ready state, that means long-term or job scheduler brings the process from the new state to ready state. That, as I discussed, it brings the new process to ready state. That means a process which is we create. That means this is in a new state, and when we will take or the process will enter inside a ready state, then this process or this process will bring by the long-term scheduler or job scheduler inside a ready state. What is short-term scheduler or CPU scheduler? It is responsible for selecting one process from the ready state. As we know that in ready state, that means ready queue. Okay, that means which process is selected for the execution or scheduling on the running state. Short-term scheduler only select the process to schedule it the jump load process on running phase. Okay. Now discuss what is medium-term scheduler. It is responsible for suspending and resuming the process. That means when a process is suspended, okay, then medium-term scheduler suspend that particular process, or if any process want to again resume, okay, then medium-term scheduler resume that particular process. Okay, it is mainly swapping. That means moving process from main memory to disk or disk to main memory. Swapping may be necessary to improve the process mix or because a change in memory requirement has overcomputed available memory. Okay. Some other scheduler available inside operating system, that is input-output scheduler or real-time scheduler. Input-output scheduler are in charge of managing the execution of input-output operations, such as we know that reading or writing to the disk or networks. Another one is real-time scheduler. In real-time scheduler or real-time system, real-time scheduler ensure that critical tasks are completed within specified time frame. Okay. Thank you, guys. It's all about scheduler and process states. Thank you.